Hello, my dear students. In this today's session, we are going to discuss about Mission Gate 2022. Now, my dear students, basically in this session, we are going to discuss only for civil engineering students, right? So, my suggestion is that only civil engineering students can go through this session. Now, the main keywords or important discussion in this session will be what are the important subjects of civil engineering and how to prepare all these important subjects and what are the best notes and best books for the preparation and as well as what is the best score required for your selection, right? And my dear students, here I will share with you the preparation strategies for all the civil engineering subjects. The GATE is nothing but graduate aptitude test in engineering. Means only engineering graduates can apply for this examination. And this GATE exam is conducted by IISc Bangalore and various IITs. Now in 2022, the IIT Bombay is going to conduct this exam. Right. My dear students, for civil engineering students, every month of February, the first week of February, there will be a GATE examination. Now, therefore, in we can say 2022, for civil students, the GATE exam will be on 5th or 6th February. That means the exam is on Saturday and Sunday. So, on Saturday or maybe on Sunday, there will be a paper for civil engineering students. So, here in 2022, the first Saturday or Sunday of the February will be on 5th and 6th. And if you go through the previous year GATE questions, then for GATE examination, there will be total number of questions are 65, right? And my dear students, out of these 65 questions, near about 50% questions are MCQ type. That means for 50% questions, there will be a multiple choice questions and they will provide you options. That is option A, option B, option C, option D. Likewise, they will provide you options for the question and you have to select the right choice. Let us say in this example, let us say option B is the right choice. Then you have to select option B, right? And GATE exam is a CBT test, that is computer based. So on computer, here you have to select option B as your choice, right? And for such questions, if it is a MCQ type question, multiple choice question, there is a one third negative marking. The meaning of one third marking is that let us say this MCQ type question is of 1 mark, right? And if you select any answer and if your answer is wrong, then you will get minus 1 by 3 marks. Means from your result, total 0.33 marks will be reduced. And let us say if the question is of 2 mark, then for 2 mark again one third negative marking means minus 2 by 3 marks will be reduced from your result. That is, you will get 0.666 marks less than your attempt. Right, this much marks will be reduced from your result. So, my dear students, you have to solve these MCQ type questions very carefully. And if you select any correct choice, let us say option B is the correct for given question, and if you select option B, then you will get full marks. And for any other choice, you will get negative marking. That is minus 1 by 3 marks will be reduced from the result if it is of 1 mark. Now, my dear students, the second type of questions are numerical answer type question. Right? There will be a numerical answer type question. NAT type question means now for a question they will provide you one bracket and in this bracket you have to fill the answer. Right? Here you have to solve the question. You have to find the numerical value of that answer and you have to put here. And for such type of numerical answer type question, there is no negative marking. We can say no negative marking. That means if your answer is correct, you will get full marks, and for wrong answer, you will get 0 marks. Right? And my dear students, for example, let us say in some question, they will ask you what is the stress for particular loading, what is the bending stress or any other stress, and they will provide you the unit of stress. Because to measure the stress, we have Pascal, we have megapascal, we have kilopascal, we have various units to measure the stress. Right. So, my dear students, the stress in MPa, likewise, they will ask you. And let us say if your answer is 20 megapascal, right, they will ask you in particular unit, and let us say they ask you in MPa, and let us say by calculation if your answer is 20 megapascal, then in space provided you have to type only 20 because there is no provision for typing units. That's why they will already mention the unit in question. So you have to type here only numerical answer. Now, my dear students, as we have seen, for GATE examination, total 65 questions will be there in your paper. Now, these 65 questions are there for 100 marks. The total marks for the examination are 100. And my dear students, the time for these 65 questions or for this 100 mark is 3 hours. But my dear students, for any competitive exam, always we will discuss time in minutes and seconds. The importance of this minute and seconds I will explain you later. Right. So my dear students, for GATE examination, the time available is 180 minutes. Here we will discuss time in minutes. Right. That means for 65 questions, that is for 100 marks, we have 180 minutes to solve the paper. Now let us discuss here. Now my dear students, there are 180 minutes for total 65 questions. Now if I consider this ratio, I will get 2.77. That means we can say we have 2.77 minutes for each question, right? That means for one question we have near about 2 minutes and 45 seconds. Likewise, you can understand for each question. Also, if I discuss about marks, now number of minutes are 180 and number of marks are 100. Means if I take this ratio, we have 1.8 minutes to solve one mark question, to solve each mark question. So my dear students, to solve GATE examination, you need a good command on time management. If you look at the syllabus of civil engineering, you will find there are two groups in the civil engineering. That is, first is general group and other is technical group. In general group, you will find that there are total 3 subjects for the syllabus. And in technical group for civil engineering students, there are total 13 subjects for the syllabus. And generally, this general group, they will ask generally for, if I equate with weightage, then total there will be 25 to 30 mark question. Right, total this group will be for 25 to 30 marks. And this technical group will be total for 70 to 75 marks. Right, this group they will ask for 70 to 75 marks. This is a general weightage of general group and technical group. Now, my dear students, in general group, there are total 3 subjects. The very first subject is aptitude. Now, my dear students, this aptitude they will ask you for 10 to 12 marks. Total marks given for this aptitude is 10 to 12 marks. Second subject is mathematics. Second subject in general group is mathematics. Again, on mathematics, for civil engineering students, generally they will ask for 10 to 15 marks. Total marks given for mathematics are 10 to 15 marks. And my dear students, the third subject in this group is English. There will be a questions on English also, right? And these English they will ask for 3 to 4 marks. Total marks given for English are 3 to 4 marks. And combinedly these 3 subjects they will ask for 25 to 30 marks, right? And these marks may vary. This aptitude plus English, that is first subject and third subject, compulsory they will ask for 15 marks. And on mathematics, the marks may vary from 10 to 15. Sometimes they may ask for 15 also, and sometimes for 11, 12 marks also, right? So my dear students, in this general group, if you see the very first subject and second subject, that is mathematics and aptitude, are having high weightage. Therefore, I will count them in high weightage subjects. That is aptitude and mathematics are having very good weightage for the examination. Now, my dear students, again in technical group, we have 13 subjects. Now, these 13 subjects we will classify into 3 categories. Very first category is very high weightage subject, high weightage subject. Second category is medium weightage subject, and last category is very less weightage subject. As per this, depending on the number of questions and number of marks asked in examination, we will classify them. Now, let us discuss about these technical group subjects with average marks asked in previous examinations. Now, in high weightage subject, the very first subject having highest weightage in the GATE examination is geotechnical engineering. Now, my dear students, this geotechnical engineering is also called soil mechanics. This geotech is also called soil mechanics. And my dear students, on an average, the number of questions or number of marks on this geotechnical engineering are 14 to 15 marks. They will ask you questions for 14 to 15 marks. These marks may vary. Sometimes they may ask for 16 or sometimes for 13 marks also. This is the average I am considering here, right? Now, therefore, this geotechnical engineering is the most important subject. That is, soil mechanics is the most important subject for civil engineering students. Now, second subject in high weightage subject is environmental engineering. We can say environmental engineering. Now, this environmental engineering again they will ask you 10 to 11 mark questions. this subject will be for 10 to 11 marks. Therefore, this environmental engineering is also considered in high weightage subjects. Now, third subject in this high weightage subject is transportation engineering. Now, on this transportation engineering also, they will ask you many questions. Likewise, the subject will be for 8 to 9 marks, which is very good weightage for the GATE examination or for any competitive examination. Again, I will keep here one subject on this high weightage subjects is fluid mechanics and hydraulic machineries. Fluid mechanics and hydraulic machines. Right. Now, on this subject also, there will be average 7 to 8 mark questions for the GATE examination. So, I will consider these four subjects as high weightage subjects. Now, my dear students, again in fluid mechanics and hydraulic machines, the maximum questions will be on open channel flow. There is a one topic called open channel flow. They will concentrate or they will focus on this topic. Near about 3 to 4 mark questions will be only on open channel flow only. Right. Now at the end, I will share the preparation strategies to deal with these various subjects. Now you can average them. Now if I consider these high weightage subjects, totally these subjects they will ask you for near about we can say 40 marks. Four subjects for 40 marks. Right, near about 40 to 45 marks. Means 40% weightage is only for four subjects. Now if I go for medium weightage subject, the very first subject in medium weightage, let us say the subject number 5, right? Subject number 5, which is in falling in medium weightage subject, is strength of material. Generally, we call it as a solid mechanics or mechanics of deformable body. And on strength of material, generally they will ask you 6 mark questions. This will be for 6 marks, right? After strength of material in medium weightage, the next subject is structural analysis and plastic theory. Now, here the next subject is structural analysis and plastic theory. Plastic theory. Now, my dear students, again on essay and plastic theory, they will ask you questions for 5 to 6 marks. Right. Therefore, this subject falls under medium weightage subjects. And my dear students, on this structural analysis and plastic theory, if I talk about the particular topic that is plastic theory, definitely, surely there will be a 2 mark question, right? And this subject is nothing but having for 5 to 6 marks. After that, you have seven subject is RCC and PSC. Now, the meaning of RCC is nothing but reinforced cement concrete, and PCC is nothing but pre-stress concrete, right? Therefore, on this RCC and pre-stress concrete (PCC), total marks will be for 5 to 6 marks. This subject they will ask for 5 to 6 marks, right? And my dear students, definitely there will be a question on pre-stress concrete for 2 marks. So these three subjects falls under the category of medium weightage, and combinedly, if I add them, the total marks given for the medium subjects are 15 to 16 marks. Right. Now, my dear students, again there are other few subjects which falls under the category of low weightage. The very first subject in the low weightage subjects is surveying. Now, on this surveying, generally they will ask you questions for 4 marks. Right. Again, the next subject in this survey, let us say this is a subject number 8 in our list. So right here 8 instead of 1. Therefore, surveying is our 8th subject which falls under the low weightage having weightage of 4 marks, or sometimes it may ask for 5 marks also. Now, ninth subject is steel. Again on steel, they will ask you questions for 3 to 4 marks. Then we have 10th subject which is hydrology. Again, my dear students, on this hydrology, they will ask you questions for 3 to 4 marks. Then we have irrigation. Now, in this irrigation, my dear students, basically the maximum questions will be on water resources, right? Water resource of crops. This is the high weightage topic in irrigation. And this irrigation, they will ask for 1 to 2 marks. Generally, we will say as a 2 marks, one question, right? Then the next subject is engineering mechanics. Engineering mechanics is also called mechanics of rigid body. Engineering mechanics is nothing but mechanics of rigid body. And on this engineering mechanics, they will ask you questions for 2 marks, right? There will be basically 1 mark, 2 questions, or 2 mark, 1 question. And the last subject in the low weightage subject is construction materials and management, right? Here I will write construction materials and management and management. Now, my dear students, again in this construction material and management, the most important topic is CPM and PERT. CPM and PERT. This is the most important topic, and they will ask you definitely one question on CPM and PERT, or any other topic for 2 marks. This construction material and management will be there for 2 marks, and these low weightage subjects combinedly will be for near about 15 to 16 marks. These five subjects are near about for 15 to 16 marks. So combining all high weightage, low weightage and medium weightage subjects, these technical subjects, they will ask you definitely for 70 to 75 marks. My dear students, in high weightage subject, there are basically 6 subjects out of total 15 subjects. Now, technical 13 subjects and non-technical 3 subjects. Sorry, means total subjects are 16. And out of these 16 subjects, only 6 subjects are having very high weightage. Aptitude for 10 to 15 marks. Sorry, mathematics for 10 to 15 marks. Aptitude for 10 to 12 marks. Geotechnical engineering, also called soil mechanics, is for 14 to 15 marks. Environmental engineering for 10 to 11 marks. Transportation for 8 to 9 marks, and fluid mechanics and hydraulic machines for 7 to 8 marks. Now, combinedly, these 6 subjects will be there for near about 60 to 65 marks. Miss, my dear students, out of total weightage, 65% questions will be on only these 6 subjects. Therefore, if you want to score very good rank and very good score in the GATE examination, the candidate must have to prepare them very thoroughly and very properly, right? And other 10 subjects such as strength of material, structural analysis and plastic theory, RCC and PSC, surveying, steel, hydrology, irrigation, engineering mechanics, construction materials and management. Other 10 subjects will be for, we can say, 35 to 40 marks. Right. So, my dear students, here we will understand what is the best possible preparation strategy for all these 16 subjects. Preparation strategy, the very first point is that start your preparation with any one high weightage subject which is simple for you. Now, my dear students, always your preparation must start from the high weightage subject, and the simplicity of subject depends on candidate to candidate. Few students, the geotechnical may be the most simple subject in high weightage subjects. For few students, the transportation may be simple, and for some students, the fluid mechanics may be the simple. So, depending on the simplicity for you, you have to decide which subject I am good with and start with that subject. And my dear students, here while starting your preparation, always you have to select one technical subject plus other non-technical subject, one non-technical, that is general subject. We can say general subject. This selection is very much important, right? Let us say here for one student selection is soil mechanics, that is geotechnical engineering, that is soil mechanics, and plus mathematics. Let's say this is selection for some candidate, right? Now, my dear students, what happens if you select geotechnical and mathematics combinedly? Now, if you prepare only geotechnical for 3 to 4 days, then after some time you will feel boring for this technical subject. And if you prepare only mathematics for 4 or 5 days, then again you will feel boring in mathematics, because the same subject we are preparing daily, that is a headache and boring also, right? So, my dear students, what you do, you select combination. Now, prepare mathematics for daily 1 hour. Let us say any general subject daily you have to prepare for 1 hour. This is a compulsion, must do step, right? And the remaining time for the geotechnical, if geotechnical is selected as your base subject, right? So that your preparation will become interesting and you will not feel boring in the preparation, during the preparation, and always your confidence level will build. Now, my dear students, if the combination of subject is once selected, then the second step is prepare topic wise. This step is very much important, my dear students. Always your preparation must be topic wise. Such as if you consider soil mechanics, that is geotechnical engineering, in this topic there are various topics, subtopics such as origin of soil, soil classification, three-phase system, fundamental definitions, relationship and interrelationships, permeability and seepage, likewise, right, compaction, shear strength. These are the various topics from the soil mechanics. Now, my dear students, out of all these topics, you have to select any one topic. Let us say you have selected soil classification or soil, you can say origin of soil, or let us say soil classification. This topic you have selected from soil mechanics or geotechnical engineering, and also select one topic from the mathematics. Now again in mathematics there are various topics such as calculus is there, differentiation is there, matrices is there, right? Laplace transformation, Fourier transformation, and very numerical methods. Likewise, there are various topics in mathematics. Let us say in mathematics you select matrices. Let us say this is your selection. You can select any topic. Don't worry about that. Right now here, always your preparation must start with topic wise. Now once you made subject selection and topic selection, then third step is learn all the concepts and theory part from the selected topic and solve all the previous year gate questions on the same topic. Now my dear students, again this is the important step. Now each and every concept from the same topic as well as each and every theory point from the same topic we have to prepare properly, and after preparation you have to solve each and every previous year gate question. Now during this process, what happens if you once solve all the gate exam questions, then you will get one idea that what quality questions and what type of questions the gate examination is demanding from the particular selected topic. Now because of this step, your preparation becomes exam oriented. And now my dear students, during first attempt to solve these gate exam questions, you will say that, or this thing will happen that, let us say in first attempt you solve 50% questions and 50% questions you are feeling difficulty to solve. Now in that case what you do, again go back to the topic. Now you know that which questions you are not able to solve, then focus on these concepts and theory parts and again solve these gate exam questions. Now your 100% gate exam questions on particular topics are clear. Now after solving all the previous year gate questions from the selected topic, now the first step is solve questions from any standard reference book. Now, my dear students, this step is again important. Here I am mentioning that solve questions from the standard reference book. Now, why we have to solve only solved questions? Because for solved questions, the solution is available, and this is your first revision. So, and you are not 100% accurate in the revision or in the solution. That's why if you do mistakes, then what kind of mistakes you have done, for that you have solution. You can analyze your mistakes from the solution, right? And my dear students, this analysis is very important. So only solved questions from any standard book. Try to solve each and every solved questions from the standard reference book. Now at the end of this session I will mention you the standard reference books for the civil engineering students. Now by solving these solved questions, again your concepts will be revised. The next step is solve all previous year IES, that is ESC questions on the selected topic. Now IES examination is conducted by UPSC, that is Indian Engineering Services or Engineering Services Examination. The exam is basically conducted by UPSC. Now my dear students, solve only objective questions, that is prelim questions. Solve objective questions only. And in IES, the objective questions, maximum questions will be theoretical questions, so that after solution of IES question your theory parts are also cleared, right? Maximum theory will get cleared by solving these questions. And also in ESC they will ask you direct numerical type questions also, simple numericals also, right? And again my dear students, during solution of these questions you are not 100% accurate. Let us say your accuracy level is again 50%. That means after your first revision you are able to solve only 50% UPSC questions, ESC questions, then there is no problem. So for remaining 50% questions, those you are not able to solve, go back to the topic, again learn the concepts and all the theory parts from the topic, and then solve each and every previous year IES question, so that your 100% questions must be cleared. Now by doing this step, your concepts as well as your theory parts are getting cleared. Now, once the all previous year gate questions and questions from standard reference book as well as all previous year objective ESC questions the solved, if you solve these questions, then the sixth step is prepare short notes on the same topic. Now, my dear students, here I have mentioned that prepare short notes. If it is a short note, then for one topic maximum 1 to 2 pages. Maximum 1 to 2 pages are required. That means if the page is both side, then maximum one page must be used for preparing short notes. Now in these short notes, let us say this is your A4 size page. Let us say it is your A4 size page. Now on this A4 size page, in short notes, the points needs to be covered are, very first is all the formulas you have to write. From this particular topic, all the formulas you have to write on the short notes. Now, my dear students, basically in GATE examination, 80% questions they will ask on numerical type and 20% questions will be theoretical type, right? So, my dear students, to solve numerical questions, we need very good command on formulas as well as concepts, and to solve theory questions also, sometimes formulas are required. So, my dear students, formulas are very much important in the GATE examination, right? So, my dear students, in short notes, each and every formula you have to write from the particular topic. Again, while writing formula, you have to write meaning of each and every term used in that formula. You have to write meaning of each and every term used in the formula as well as unit of that term you have to write. Let us say, for example, if I discuss about mu. Now, this mu is nothing but Poisson's ratio in strength of material. This mu is nothing but coefficient of friction in engineering mechanics, and this mu is nothing but viscosity in fluid mechanics. That means the same mu is used in different manner in different subjects and having different units. Poisson ratio is having no unit. Coefficient of viscosity is having unit, that is Poise or Pascal second. But the coefficient of friction is having no unit, right? So, my dear students, the same symbol is used in different manners also. That's why whatever the formula, you have to use this formula and you have to write meaning and unit of each and every term used in that formula. Let us say in strength of material, Young's modulus is equal to 2g 1 plus mu. Here Poisson ratio is used. In, you can say, in a fluid mechanics, shear stress between two layers is nothing but mu du by dy, right? In engineering mechanics, the frictional force is equal to mu times normal reaction, right? Likewise, you have to write the meaning of each and every term in the formulae and also unit of that term. Again, the second point on these short notes is that important concepts. All the important concepts you have to write here, right? And third point is the points that you may forget later. The points which you may forget. You may forget later. These points you have to write here on the short notes. Because the point which you may forget, if you write here only, then by reading these short notes, you will remember all these points. Now, my dear students, without such type of short notes, no one can score good marks in GATE examination. Now, let us say in one subject there are total 10 topics. Then for particular subjects, the short notes must be maximum 10 to 12 pages. Now, if a topic is lengthier, sometimes the topic may cover in 2 pages for the short notes. Now, my dear students, once you solve all previous year GATE questions, questions from the standard reference book, as well as all previous year ESC questions, after that only you are going to prepare short notes. Means after preparation of short notes, that particular topic is almost cleared. 90% preparation from the same topic is already done, right? Now, my dear students, after that the second step is start new topic. Once the previous topic is completed, then only go for new topic. Now again in new topic we have to repeat the procedure, repeat each and every point, right? Now start the topic, prepare that topic thoroughly from any one standard reference book. Now after preparation, try to solve all the GATE questions and again go back to the topic to solve the questions which were in first attempt you have not able to solve the GATE questions. That questions you have to clear again by going back to the topic. Again solve the standard questions from the standard reference book and then solve all previous year ESC questions and try to clear each and every question while the first preparation only. Now, my dear students, and after that, again form a short notes on the new topic. Now, repeat this procedure for again more topics. Now, next step is that revise first and second topic before start of third topic. This step is very much important, my dear students, because if you are learning new topic, then your previous all topics must be very much cleared, right? And my dear students, because of this revision, always your confidence level will build, right? If you learn new concepts and if you forget previous concepts, then it is a useless preparation. So don't forget previous concepts, right? Revise the previous topics and then only prepare the third topic. Again, before start of fourth topic, we have to revise all the three topics. Before start of 10th topic, we have to revise all the previous 9 topics. Because of this, your confidence level for the preparation will always increase. Now, my dear students, once the subject is completed, then go for new subject. and prepare the second subject and repeat every process for each and every topic. Now, again, my dear students, after completion of first and second subject, revise first and second subject and then only go for preparation of third subject. Again, this step is important for building your confidence level. Dear students, here I am very much focusing on the revision because, my dear students, revision is must. Now, my dear students, let me ask you very simple question on this platform. Now, my dear students, are you able to recall all the names from your 10th standard class? Can you remember each and every student from your 10th standard? No. Your answer is definitely no. My dear students, sometimes we forget our bench partner name also. Sometimes, let us say after 5 to 6 years, if your 10th standard student comes in front of you, then many times you are not able to recall his name also. Right? Why it is so? Because the revision is not done on the particular student or particular friend. So, my dear students, from first standard to 10th standard, you were together in the same class. Still, after 5 to 6 years, you are not able to recall his name or her name also. Then, how can you remember or how can you recall the topics or the concepts in the examination without revision? So, my dear students, if you feel boring in revisions also, then also you have to revise. This is the most important step. There is no any other option for the revision. You have to revise. You at least one topic you have to revise 50 times. And my dear students, during the first preparation, you have already solved all the gate questions, as well as you have already solved all the previous year ESC questions, as well as you have solved many questions from the reference book. Now, during each revision, you have to add two more questions from every topic. Let us say if you select any one topic, let us say you have selected strength of material. In strength of material, let us say there are total 10 topics. So in each topic, in each revision, you have to add two new questions. That means from strength of material, you will add 20 new questions, right? And likewise, let us say you have selected soil mechanics as a first topic for the preparation. Now, my dear students, for civil engineering students, there are total 16 subjects. And if you prepare soil mechanics first, then but you have to prepare each and every subject. There is no option, there is no alternative, right? You cannot skip any subject. You have to prepare 100% for the gate examination, right? And my dear students, if you prepare soil mechanics first, then after completion of each subject, again we are revising previous subjects. Means after completion of your preparation, that is after 16 subjects, this soil mechanics is revised 16 times, definitely. And it is having highest weightage subject. That means the subject having more weightage, that subject we are revising many times. And this is beneficial also, and this is important also. And my dear students, during each revision, you are adding 20 new questions in particular subject. That means in soil mechanics, 16 into 20 means total we are adding 320 new questions from soil mechanics only. My dear students, during preparation, always you have to set some targets. Now let us say your target must be, now this video is recorded on 2nd April. Right, today is the 2nd April. So from here, for gate examination, almost you have 9 to 10 months, because for civil students the gate examination will be on 5th or 6th February 2022, and today is 2nd April of 2021. Means from here you have almost 10 months for the preparation. Now here the target is set according to this condition only. Means this target demands that you have 10 months for the preparation. Now here your target must be, from here the base target is in 1 month. In 1 month you have to prepare, that is in 30 days you have to prepare at least two subjects. This must be your target, right? Means 30 days is equal to two subjects. This must be your target. That means 15 days one subject. This is your target. And my dear students, during achieving this target, simultaneously you are preparing for math, that is non-technical subject, as well as aptitude, again non-technical subject, and English. Simultaneously you are preparing daily 1 hour for these subjects, right? And these 10 months and daily 1 hour for 10 months is more than enough for the preparation of mathematics, aptitude, and English. Now, so 13 subjects are remaining from technical group. 13 subjects are remaining. right? Let us say approximately 12 subjects, because few subjects are very small subjects, such as CPM part is very small topic from the construction management and materials, right? Engineering mechanics is again very small subject, because only questions from the engineering mechanics, only questions from the statics they will ask for the gate examination for civil students. So this is very small subject. So my dear students, let us assume here there are total 12 subjects. Now, so for these 12 subjects, you have 12 subjects, and every month you are preparing two subjects. That means you need 6 months for the preparation of all the 12 subjects, right? So my dear students, if you start your preparation in the April, then from April to end of September, your all gate preparation will be completed, and this is your first revision. This is the first preparation. Your first preparation must end in September end. Now, as your preparation is completed in September end, again you have October, November, December, January for the gate examination preparation. Means again you have 4 months for the preparation. Now, my dear students, during 4 months, in the month of October, what you have to do? In the month of October, you have to revise any one subject for 2 days. Let us say if you revise geotechnical, maximum in 2 or 3 days, your revision must be completed. Now, after revision, solve subject wise test series. Subject wise test series, right? Now, let us say during solution of subject wise test series, in the test series, let us say you solved only 40% questions, and remaining 60% questions you are feeling difficulty to solve. There is absolutely fine, my dear students. There is no problem. Now, what you do, go back to the subject, prepare the subject thoroughly, and try to solve each and every question from the same test series. And my dear students, make us one page. On this page, try to write all the mistakes you have done while solving this test series, because writing these mistakes is very important, right? So, my dear students, again, solve in this, the complete October month is only for the revision of subjects and solution of test series for particular subject only, and for writing your mistakes that you have committed during the solution of test, right? Now, my dear students, in November again revise. Now here, after revision, try to solve the test series according to weightage of subjects. Select high weightage subjects and solve the test series combinedly for high weightage subjects, again for medium weightage subject and low weightage subject. Revise and solve the test series. Again, here your target is to solve mini test series. Again, during the solution of test series, 100% accuracy is never possible. So try to increase your accuracy level. Again, in solution of this test series, you will do some mistakes, right? Now, my dear students, let us assume during the first test series, you have done 50 mistakes. Then it is absolutely fine. And let us say during solution of second test series, you have done 100 mistakes. Again, it is absolutely fine. But my dear students, if in these 100 mistakes, if any mistakes is repeating from previous 50 mistakes, then it is a big problem. Now, my dear students, if your number of mistakes are increasing, then it is absolutely fine, but your mistakes should not get repeated. This should not be done, right? By doing this, what you are doing, after solution of every test series, you are writing your mistakes, and you are not repeating the mistake, means the number of mistakes that you can do in actual examination are decreasing, and this will definitely boost your confidence level, and definitely your 10 to 15 marks will be increased in the examination. Now, my dear students, again in December month, your target is revise. Now, revise here all the subjects together. Now, for revision of 16 subjects, maximum 10 to 12 days are required, because already before start of new subject, you are revising previous subjects. That means your number of revisions are increasing, and because of this, for each new revision, the time required is less than previous revision, right? Therefore, all the subjects will be definitely revised in 10 to 12 days. Maximum 10 days are required. It may be revised for some candidates in 5 days also. Now, revise and solve. Here, your target is to solve full length test series. Full length test series, right? Now, why we have to solve full length test series? Now, all subjects together, whether you are able to recall all the subjects concepts at a time, this analysis is very much important. Again, let us say while solving this full test series, then you are only scoring 50% or 60% marks, then also it is absolutely fine. There is no problem. Again, try to clear all the questions those you are not able to solve in first attempt, so that for that again you have to go back and you have to do revision. Means your revisions are increasing day by day, right? And your accuracy level is also increasing, right? And my dear students, in January again your target is revise, revise, and try to solve 10 to 15 test series, full length test series. Try to solve 10 to 15 full length test series. Now, my dear students, during solution of test series, you are doing your time management also. Means you are doing your time management means you are trying to solve 65 questions in 180 minutes. And this time management is very much important. And during these 4 months, I am focusing more on revision, because my dear students, already you have prepared everything. But if you don't revise and if you don't able to solve any 1 mark or 2 mark question, then your preparation is useless. Now the topic you have prepared, you must be in position to solve the question on that topic. Now my dear students, your exam will be on 5th or 6th February. And my dear students, during last 5 days of January as well as in the first 5 days of February, don't solve any test series. Means for 10 days before examination, don't solve any test series. During these days, what you have to do, you have to only revise, you have to learn all the formulas, all the concepts, and all the theoretical standard results, right? And during these days, solve each and every solved question, solve each and every solved question that already you have solved, right? Means here during these 10 days you have to solve each and every gate question, each and every ESC question, each and every question that already you have solved from the reference book, as well as you have solved from the test series, right? Here only these days are only for practice. Don't go for test series, because my dear students, during these days, if during solution of test series, if you feel difficulty for the solution of test series, then your confidence level will fall. And in other case, suppose some candidate is scoring 90, 95, 100 marks in the test series, then he may go into the overconfidence. So to avoid your fall in confidence level, or to avoid your overconfidence level, here we are only revising, right? Now let us discuss about the good score for the selection. Now my dear students, for civil students, if you score 70 plus marks in the gate examination of out of 100, then definitely you will get selected in PSU. And if you score 65 plus marks in the gate examination, definitely you will get admission in IISc Bangalore or any good quality IIT, right? And my dear students, always you have to set a target of PSU or IIT. Don't set any other target lower than this target. But my dear students, yes, you can select any target which is higher than these two targets, but don't set lower target than these two targets. Now my dear students, for the preparation of these various subjects of civil engineering as well as general group subjects, you need best quality of material. So my dear students, here I am suggesting few books for the preparation. Very important point is that you must have video course of Ekeeda as well as all the handwritten notes provided by Ekeeda. Now Ekeeda will provide you each and every video lecture on the each and every topic of each and every subject, as well as they will provide you all the handwritten notes. So this is must. And here I have listed some reference books which are very much useful for the preparation. Now here, very first reference book is Advanced Engineering Mathematics, written by H.K. Das. This is very good book for the mathematics. And my dear students, during preparation of mathematics, if you solve each and every previous year gate questions from the all the branches, that is solve the questions which were asked for mechanical engineering students as well as for civil, electrical, electronics and computer engineering students also, solve the previous gate questions asked for each and every branch. This is more than sufficient preparation for the mathematics, right? And if you want to go in depth for the preparation, use HK Das. Then for general aptitude, again solve all the previous year gate questions from all the branches, as well as use RS Agarwal for the solution. Very good book, right? Now my dear students, very important subject from the civil engineering core subjects is soil mechanics, also called geotechnical engineering. Now my dear students, for soil mechanics, you will find one reference book, that is Soil Mechanics and Foundation by B.C. Punmiya. Now my dear students, This BC Punayama is the best author for civil engineering students, one of the greatest author, right? So trust on him. He is a very good author. So I strongly recommend you this book, that is Soil Mechanics and Foundation by BC Punamiya. Now again, for environmental engineering, go for SK Garg and use part 1 part 2, that is volume 1 volume 2 or part 1 part 2. Both books are very good for environmental engineering. Then for transportation engineering, use Khanna and Josto. This is also good book. For fluid mechanics, you have one reference book called Modi and Seth. Now my dear students, it is not Modi Seth. It is author of fluid mechanics, right? Modi and Seth. Then for theory of structure, here I want to specify that in theory of structure you can go for strength of material as well as theory of structure. Then for strength of material as well as structural analysis, go for reference book of yes Ramamurthan, one of the best book. Now for strength of material you can use the reference book of BC Puname also, but in Ramamurthan you will find maximum numericals, very good quality questions and more number of questions you will find in this book. And also one reference book is more than sufficient for any preparation, any competitive exam preparation. So for strength of material as well as for theory of structural analysis, go for yes Ramamurthan. Then for RCC design, one and the only BC Punamiya. For surveying also BC Punamiya, greatest author, right? Then for water resources engineering as well as for irrigation engineering and for hydrology, use SK Garg reference book. Then for, we can say, for engineering mechanics, here we can say for engineering mechanics, use Bhavikatti. Here in Bhavikatti you will find maximum numerical, very good quality numericals. But my dear students, in engineering mechanics there are two parts basically, statics and dynamics. Don't focus on dynamics, because for they will concentrate dynamics part for the mechanical students, and for civil students maximum focus is on statics part. Thank you dear students. I hope that you got clear idea about the preparation of GATE civil engineering. I wish you all the best for the GATE 2022.